And
new day, same time, new boss, same crime, walls paper thin, ceiling of glass, house only stands on the lives of the past. She walks in with a roaster and an attitude.
we're on. We're going.
We are live. We are going. And just for those people that are tuning in, we kicked Jerry out. We made him leave the room because we told him to not use his iPad and go get his computer. So he's coming back with his computer.
Oh, we got Jerry. Oh, there we go. Okay, we already got one person watching.
Woohoo!
So why don't we roll that tune a little bit more, Jeff? Let's listen to a little for you, those of you listening. Listen to a little.
Okay. All right.
Let's roll some of that tune, man. Turn this down.
Oh, I got to turn the. Okay, so I'll start it over. We'll listen to it.
New day, same time, new boss, same crime, walls paper thin, ceiling of glass, house only stands on the lines of the past. She walks in with a cutthroat skirt and an attitude, her pride and envy ain't left behind. It's hard to make first impressions when you're treated as second class, but a ferventness won't be denied. It's a love jungle, fortune and fame, just around the corner to the promised land. In the love jungle, you'll never be the same once you take the devil by the hand. Late night, blindfold, next day, who's gold, the work of the day, dreams from her past, left like a stain on the couch she was cast. No forgiving when you're living for the next big coup de grace.
So,
you know,
bring the music down.
Ain't no shame in the mirror and say love me. We all gotta do what we have got to do. It's a love jungle, fortune and fame, just around the corner to the promised land. In the love jungle, you'll never be the same once you take the devil by the hand.
Oh yeah,
the sax solo. Hey John, hey Fred, hey Matt, hey Kimberly, hey Ivan. No, his hair's just slicked back. Yeah, it's still long. Hey Raul.
Woo!
Love jungle, love jungle, love jungle. Never be the same. Love jungle with the cutthroat skirt and an attitude.
Okay, I think we have Jerry.
Okay. All right.
Love jungle.
Damn.
And then just around the corner to the promised land.
Okay, I'm going to pull this down, Jerry. we can't see you yet.
He's coming in. He's coming in.
He's-
So for I think we have a lot of Jerry Lopez and Santa Fe fans and Fat City Foreign fans here, and that was from Santa Fe. Come on, Jerry. He's trying. We'll get Jerry on.
Yeah.
We always have little glitches, but we always get rolling. And so was that tune called Love Jungle?
Love Jungle.
Love Jungle. Some funky stuff. So for those of you who don't know, Santa Fe is a band made of the cream of the crop of musicians that live in Las Vegas. I've had the great fortune of working Las Vegas a lot. And I've been
hold up for a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Jerry, can you hear us? I don't know if you can hear us, but we can't see you.
Dang it.
And now maybe he may end up having to go back to his iPad.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so continue your story.
And through the years of working Vegas with Tower Power and learning about this band, hold on. Come on.
Jerry, you may end up having to go to back to the iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad my internet's working well today.
It's really working well.
Yeah. Fred Ross, my neighbor Kathy is saying hi.
Yeah.
Frank Moran, Tweety from Japan. We got Tweety from Japan watching. We got Berta from Germany watching. Thanks for getting up so early because it's 5 a.m. in the morning in Germany.
Well,
the sun's not even up yet.
Before we get any further, while we wait for Jerry to come, now would be a good time to talk to your people. Your people, Tom.
What did you want me to say to my people? The ones that are on my iPhone.
Yeah, all of your people.
What was I going to say to him again? I can't remember.
I was going to say your.
Oh, I wanted to thank my people.
Your people. I'm thanking your people because they've actually been.
Well, you should be thanking my people.
That's what I wanted to say about your people that have friended me and have donated. Me. And we're still waiting for Jerry to try. Jerry, you might have to go back to the iPad.
Can you text him on another device? I mean, I could text him, but I would lose some of my feed.
I can. I'll text. Well, I don't have his phone number. I only have his.
I don't have his. Well, I don't want to put his phone number out.
No, don't.
I'll text him. So I'll miss some of my. Mike Rennick said, "Who is talking? You're my people, Mike Rennick."
Yes.
So hold on. I'm gonna hold on. Let me text.
You text. I'll talk. So yes. 4 or 5 weeks ago, I did an interview with Tom, and he had all of these people tune in and watch, and they start. There's Jerry.
Never mind.
No, I see him, but can you see? I don't see him in the screen.
I see him.
You see him? I don't see him. So so hang on.
I just see.
Oh. No. Okay. Well, I can see Jerry. This is
okay.
No,
I got you. Guys.
Oh no. Okay, I'm seeing. We seeing. Yay, Jerry, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys.
Oh,
gotcha.
Man. I love.
So we have to be careful not to talk over each other, and then we'll get a clear signal.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Lopez.
Hey, everybody. You hear me okay?
Yeah.
It
could be a little louder.
You could be a little louder.
Okay. All right. I don't really know how to turn the volume on this thing, so in terms of the microphone.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Tom,
okay.
maybe you can turn down a little bit.
I'll sit back here and not talk so loud.
Okay.
I'll use my DJ voice.
All right. So, Jerry, we were listening to Love Jungle while we were waiting for you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you write that?
No, that was Dave Richardson, piano player in the band.
Okay. That's funky, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a bunch of new stuff. We're getting ready to start on a new CD, and it's got through
So Jerry,
right one with.
so the way I
Go ahead,
like to
Tom.
start when I'm bringing someone like you on, Jeff doesn't know you nearly as well, but I wish I knew you better too. And this is a chance for me to actually feel like I'm sort of hanging out in your living room and I get to talk to you. And I know a little bit about your history and that you grew up in New Mexico and you started the band there. And go ahead and tell everybody out there listening a little bit about your story, your musical journey, how you got into playing music and all that.
Yeah, well, I come from a long line of musicians and singers and songwriters. My father taught my brothers and I how to play and sing when we were 5 years old, 6 years old. He was a songwriter, and my grandmother was a songwriter. My grandfather was a singer. Yeah, you know, like we come from a you know, a poor family where music was was everything. You know, was our entertainment, was our release, was our so we started really young.
Was that in Santa Fe?
In Santa Fe. Yeah.
Okay.
And,
beautiful place though.
It is beautiful. In fact, I'm going to be taking a trip over there soon. I got to get out of this heat.
Go up to elevation.
Yeah. So that's how it started. And my brothers and I started recording at a really young age. We were doing like Mexican mariachi music and regional New Mexican kind of sounding music. And then when I was about 13 years old, I heard James Brown and Tower of Power. Changed my life.
Mine too.
Yeah, seriously. So you know, we were like a family band, and we played when we were kids. We played all the bars, all the local bars, and you know, I don't know. It was my dad and my two brothers and my cousin, and we were just always happy to be together and playing music. And
so the band Santa Fe was you and your brother Lenny. Is that right?
Yeah, and my older brother Gilbert, actually, who's not with us anymore. But
so how did you decide on bringing who did you just move to Las Vegas, or did all three of you move?
The whole we got one gig. We were playing in New Mexico, and we got one gig opening up for, you guys remember the Tex Tejano artist Selena?
Oh yeah.
Well, her father had a band called Los Dinos, and we came from Santa Fe to play one gig opening up for them at like a bowling alley here in Las Vegas in 1973, I think it was. And
you're not that old. Come on.
Yeah, I'm that old. So we came. We were teenagers, you know. We were. So we came. We played the gig, and a local club owner saw us and asked us if we'd like to be the house band in his bar, which it was a pretty rough place. Oh. We were the bar. We were the band and the bouncers there for a while. Okay, so we packed up our stuff and just came, and we quit our jobs. We quit school. We jumped in this old red school bus we had. Just came.
Yeah. Now, did you and have you been in Vegas ever since?
Ever since. I mean, we traveled a lot, you know. During the disco era and all of that, we were traveling across the country in our bus and playing all the discos, and you know. Wow. But yeah, we were based in Las Vegas, but we spent a lot of time in LA and San Diego and San Francisco and
you saw the whole transformation of Vegas. You've been there for the whole change.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when we were playing in this bar, right? It was in North Las Vegas. We were playing Mexican music in this bar, and we'd sit onto the strip and we'd see you know, Wayne Cochran and the CC Riders, and we'd see Beak. And we, you know, in the lounges, right? And so we were inspired. So you know, all we did was play and practice. That's all we did. We just and party as teenagers are.
Yeah, sure.
Do.
You got it.
Yeah.
That has to be done. Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be done.
So what's
And
the?
so yeah,
Go ahead. No, keep going.
but so that was the beginning, and right, we started we kind of got discovered by this guy by the name of Bobby Morris. He was Elvis's conductor from it. He played with Louis Prima and guys. He was an agent, and he found us and asked us if what we would think about being the band in view on the Strip. I was 18 or 19, and my brother was 20, and Lenny was 17. We were that.
Yeah.
And so we started, and then we started branching out and playing covers, you know, R&B stuff and funk stuff in the bars here, and then all the Strip musicians kind of found their wing. You know, we were a minority, so like Sweet Louie and the Checkmates and Sonny Charles and the Imperials and all L Band and kinds of the different musicians on the Strip would see us in these little bars. We'd start late. We'd start like midnight and play till 5 a.m. So they'd get out of their shows and they'd come hang out with us.
All right. Did you have horns back then? Did you have horns back?
We had a couple. Yeah, we did. My brother Lenny actually was a trumpet player in the band, and my cousin was the sax player. We had, we had different versions of the band, but we always had horns. Yeah, and then later in the 80s, we didn't have horns for a while.
About what time did the current configuration of the band, which I think is 14 people, when you're full?
There's 15 of us.
15. When did that configuration come into happen?
We put that together in 1999. Yeah, I think it was 99. Yeah.
Because I started becoming aware of you in like 2006. I forget when I first came and saw you, but I just want to say to everybody, you know, playing Tower, everybody says, oh, you know, Tower Power is the best horn section in the world. I go like, I don't know. I think you guys have like maybe the best horn section in the world. I love those guys. Man. I love that band, and Wayne's arranging too. It's just you guys are phenomenal. Your band is like, I mean, I talk to every musician I talk to always talks about your band coming to Vegas. They can't wait to come and hang on a Monday night and let the healing begin.
Right.
You know?
Well, this is, I want to
that's very high praise coming from you, Tom. Thank you.
Well,
I just want to interject. I know that there must be a lot of people that get to know you and come and hear you because of some of the people that are tuning in and making comments. Like Jerry Brown, you know, Jerry Brown, drummer.
Yes. Love Jerry Brown.
He says you've always been funky. So, you know, when somebody like that chimes in and says you guys are funky and knows you, I'm like, okay.
Also, both people I don't. Roger Smith is just tuned in. Says hi.
Roger.
And so is Michael. You know, you don't know Michael Hatfield, but Michael Hatfield is a big. You know Michael. You know. Oh, that's right. Bohemian Club.
That's
maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
Our secret club, bro.
Yeah.
Michael Hatfield, excellent musician.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
So
wait. One last thing. I got to get this in because we all know and love him, but how we show our love is we got to give him some shit. Fred Ross. I told him if I knew he was tuning in, I would have to give him some shit. So I'm doing it. I'm just putting it out there right now. Fred is watching too.
Yeah.
I love me some Fred Ross.
I know Fred's kind of cute, you know. He's cute. He's kind of sexy. I'm really not into guys, but something about Fred that just, I don't know.
I have a video.
Anytime he comes to Vegas and he sits in with a band, it's just like a lot of adrenaline. He's just so so full of joy and you know, adrenaline that the whole band just we get a big smile on our face. Love that guy.
Well, plus, you know, when I sit in, that's what you guys do to me too. It's just,
Oh my God.
when I got a few times.
You know, listen, you were giving us some pretty high praise a little while ago in terms of the horn section and stuff. And I every time I go see you guys, ever since I was a kid, but every time I go see Tower Power, it's another class for me. It's for me. It's another. You guys are probably the most well-oiled machine of a band that I think it could even see looser kind of a, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but I got to tell you that we're by Tower Power. You know, I think that's for every horn band that's ever Tower Power. We've been inspired by you guys and been blessed enough to know most of you guys and hang out a little bit.
It's weird that you say that to me because, you know, I only joined the band in 2002, and, you know, I felt the same way about the band until I joined. And the funny thing is weird, you know, I was so, when I got the call for the audition, I was so focused on learning the music and doing a good audition that I was like 2 weeks into a European tour and just focusing on getting all these tunes memorized when they finally hired me and gave me the gig. And that's when it hit me that I'm going like, it was on my birthday in Switzerland, and I'm playing, and they gave me the gig, and it's like, you're in. We're not going to fire you. We're keeping you. And that's when I had that deja vu moment of like, holy shit, I'm playing in Tower Power. How did that happen? Because to me, it was like, I got to learn this music. I got to play good. You know, I'm just trying to relax and do it. And I'm really not thinking that this is Tower Power. I just want to do this gig as well as it is. But then when I relaxed and just realized, I had this moment where I was on stage, remembering I was a 17-year-old kid seeing them for the first time and getting up in front of the stage and watching, you know, Lenny Pickett and Emilio and Doc. Of course, I'm standing in front of the saxes. So yeah, so it's part of all our DNA as funk guys who play funk and soul. It's all part of our DNA.
Absolutely, and you know, the horn sections have always been amazing, and but the rhythm sections, I mean, from the beginning, you know, I mean, from the very beginning, we're just that's a study right there. That's a whole study in.
Well, yeah, because the stuff that Dave did on Soul Vaccination when that first came out freaked people out, freaked me out.
Oh my God, that is still that stuff. To duplicate that, it's not, you know, you can try to cop that, and a lot of guys do a really good job.
Yeah.
But that and the way that Chester Thompson and Rocco and Bruce Conti, that when that thing first happened, man, that was like learning. Yeah. It was like learning how to again. It was just
it was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. Let me see if we have any comments.
So Jerry, we also take phone calls, and I'm going to put my phone number up. So in case somebody wants to call in and have a question for you or a comment. Right. And do you know Jim Buck?
Of course. Yeah.
Anybody who lives in Vegas probably knows Jim Buck.
Well,
right?
Jim Buck was in Albuquerque, worked with my brother Gilbert, my older brother Gilbert.
Really?
And the first day that Jim Buck arrived in Las Vegas, he came to the gig to see Santa Fe and the Fat City Horns, and he introduced himself, and he told me, I'm a good friend of your brother's, and I play guitar and I play whatever, and I got him a gig that night.
Wow! Wow!
Yeah. So you got to ask Jim Buck about that, but he'll tell you the story.
Oh.
And,
wow. Hey, your man Daniel Falcone. Hi, Daniel. How you doing, man? He says it's like trying to play like Louis Armstrong. You can get close, but you'll never be able to get it the same. Talking about, I guess, playing with Tower stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So
I don't know,
so
Daniel. I don't know, Daniel. I think you'll do just fine.
mm,
Those guys are ridiculous.
So
yeah.
Jerry, you guys do a lot. You write all your music. Most of the stuff you play when you perform there is original music, right?
No, it's probably a an even split between covers and original,
Yeah,
and, the
but
cover
but
kind of take them and twist them,
yeah,
our own kind of thing.
you sure do. You twist them great.
Yeah, we want to make it
If you go
interesting.
see,
It's, you know,
if you see San,
go ahead, Tom.
if you see Santa Fe, well, I was gonna say, if you see Santa Fe, and they're gonna do like an Earth, Wind, and Fire medley, they're not gonna play it like the record. And the ridiculous thing about this band is you guys got actually probably 6 or 7 great singers in the band. So besides the great horn section, the vocals are ridiculous. the vocals are
Yeah,
like,
the we know. And you know what happened is that we first started conceptualizing putting the band in, but we were restricted by how much money we could make or any of that stuff. It was totally something that we would do for ourselves, right? So it was like, what would be the ideal instrumentation in the horn section to pull off things we wanted to do? How many singers would we need, and who would they be? And so we've we've got a lot of talent on that stage. Wonderful singers.
mhm,
We got arrangers. All these
yeah.
guys are.
Hey, I have a request. I just had an idea because of your vocals. Maybe you could do a cappella thing with all the singers for a tune where you could do sort of like the Persuasions meet Take Six kind of a Persuasions meet Take Six vocal arrangement, and you guys just come out front and stand in front of the audience and just sing something a cappella. Because I've never seen you do that. And have you ever thought of that?
I've thought of it, and that's one of the things that we definitely need to do, because we've got the firepower to do it with.
You sure
And I
do.
think and I think another thing that's cool is sometimes we're like a big freight train that hits people pretty hard.
Mhm.
And so every now and then to break something down to like real bare elements where it's not all of that is just as powerful, So
Mhm.
that's a wonderful idea.
And that's a perfect segue to playing some music, because one of the things I think I've said to you a long time ago, Si Te Vas is
Yeah.
one of my most amazing ballads I've ever heard and you wrote that. And I literally get goosebumps
Wow.
when I hear that. I mean, it's such a long, the melody just keeps growing. I mean, I haven't actually charted it out in my head because every time I listen to it, I just seem to get immersed in the music of it. And then Phil Wigfall, who I just adore, his playing comes in and it just. But tell me what Si Te Vas means and a little bit about what the song's about, and maybe we can play it, and we're going to play some of it for everybody after that.
Si Te Vas is if you leave, you go in Spanish.
If you go.
And the song was written by our piano player, the same guy that wrote The Jungle, right?
Okay.
So he did all the harmonic stuff, and myself and another guy, Carlos Perez, he was with me on the Ricky Martin tour. He was one of the other singers. We did all the lyrics. And so it's an amazing song, man. And when he first laid that thing on me, it was like I the lyrics just started coming.
Before we play it, can you maybe go over the first verse in English? What the translation is?
Yeah, quisiera ser tu todo, quisiera ser tu mundo. So it's saying, I wish I could be everything to you. I wish I could be your world. I wish I could be everything in your life. And so it's like that. It's a love song, a romantic Latin,
Is it a breakup song?
No, yeah, that's kind of like she's considering leaving, and he's saying, if you leave me, my life is over, kind of thing.
Okay, let's play at least.
I'm gonna hunt you down and bring you back.
Let's
No,
play.
just kidding.
Let's play 3-4 minutes of this song because it's a long song. We'll play a couple verses.
Cool.
Quisiera ser tu todo. Quisiera ser tu siempre. Quisiera ser tu mundo. Quisiera ser perenne. Sin más razón, te alejas de mi vida y el dolor me abraza. Sabes bien, tu presencia viste mi alma de felicidad. Pero si te vas, mi sol no emanará. Pero si te vas, la nada quedará. Y si tú te vas, me burlará el destino, aborrecería el vacío. Entre mentir y verdad, existiré confundido. Si te vas, no pude ver tu rumbo y me quedé desnudo. Un corazón vacío, sueños de ayer perdidos. Deambularé entre las calles mientras la soledad me abraza. Sabes bien, tu presencia viste mi alma. Te necesito, mi sol no emanará. Pero si te vas, la nada quedará. Y si tú te vas, me burlará el destino, aborrecería el vacío. Entre mentir y verdad, existiré confundido. Si te vas.
Okay, I gotta get a Kleenex, man. Should we let it roll?
I'm sorry. I'm just enjoying listening to it.
Play the whole tune. I gotta get tissue. I'm crying.
Pero si te vas, la nada quedará. Y si tú te vas, me burlará el destino, aborrecería el vacío. Entre mentir y verdad existiré confundido. Si te vas, si te vas.
Man, that's the first time we've let a whole song play out. The whole time. I tell you that tune gives me goosebumps, and I just your vocal, you're soaring on that tune, Jerry, and people asking some people have said that's Phil Wigfall on alto sax, who has become one of my all-time favorite alto saxophone players. I'm sure he plays tenor too, but his tone and his ideas, he's just absolutely brilliant. But it's just he's brilliant. It's just that is just an amazing tune.
Jerry,
it's one of our gems, you know that.
So if y'all out there can go to the Santa Fe website, you can buy or download probably this song, right?
Yeah.
What's your website, Jerry?
The website is santefeband.com. www.santefeband.com.
That's
and
it.
You can get our stuff at on CD Baby and iTunes and downloads wherever wherever you can find our stuff.
Yeah.
Jerry, your singing was beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean,
thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey,
just a
Roger.
Great song to.
Roger Smith just said Tommy's tearing it up. Dude, that was not me, Raj. That was Phil Wigfall. I wish that was me. He just put that comment on.
Okay, so I put the website, your website, santefeband.com.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Throw that up on the screen.
It's up.
Do you think? Hey, so are you a self-taught guitar player or?
Yeah, totally, completely. I mean,
because you're really because you know a lot of harmony. So did you just kind of learn that along the way?
I just learned it along the way, and I'm one of those guys that I've never been embarrassed to go up to my heroes and so what was that thing you were playing or what you were doing, and I've just been blessed like that, and then I had to kind of teach myself to read as much as I could, even just to keep up all the things that happen around here. I mean, I've been hired as musical director for shows and different things, and music, they just know I get the job done, right?
Yeah.
So my reading skills were not anywhere near any of the other guys in the band. I'm probably the least educated of all of them,
By the way, I have to apologize to Roger because he says Tommy's tearing up, which is true, and I misread it. And Fred came up. Yes, I got it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was tearing up. That tune. I'm sorry. I'm a softie. When I hear a great ballad, I love ballads, and our ballad that we play and I get to solo on is As Surely As I Stand Here, and that's always made me tear up.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if you know it. When we put that back in the rotation, Jerry, we played it a couple times, and we played it like maybe half a dozen times. Just played it like the album, and then one day Amelia comes to me, and goes, I think this tune would be really cool for a tenor solo. He goes, how do you feel about playing a tenor solo on this tune? I just went, yes, please. Please please let me play a ballad. Yeah.
Let me testify.
Yeah. Let me play, and also let me play over some changes.
Right.
Yeah. So that was really great.
That's what music is about. The way that you get moved by that song or by a ballad, the way any of us get moved by the things that we're doing. That's the real gift and the beauty of music, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think I just want to say to you, as so many people know, I've talked about and want to move to Vegas. I know you guys are no gigs, right?
not right now.
Right. So that when this all hit, I was really getting, I am getting this place ready. So if I do want to sell it, my condo, I can sell it. But I just want to say, in regards to Vegas, one of the things through years of playing there, and I don't say this enough when people go, I get this, well, why do you want to move to Vegas? Don't you know it's really hot there and casinos and stuff? And I want to move to, part of the reason I want to move to Vegas is because of the musicians there and the people there, because of you guys.
Yeah. Well,
and because it reminds me of you guys remind me of Bay Area players. You're very open,
right.
You're welcoming. It's a complete different vibe I get when I go to LA. Every time, I went to school in LA, and I'm not saying that people aren't nice in LA, but it's just more of it's very business oriented a lot. And I get the vibe sometimes that people are saying, well, this is my gig, and I'm not sure I'm going to let you into my little piece of turf,
Right. Well,
and,
that's what happens in a place like that, where there's a small pie and a lot of people trying to get their piece of the pie.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, like here, we're really open with the musicians. And
there you are. Yeah.
Like if you came here, you would just add another flavor to the stew here that we'd love to have. And,
I just like hanging out with you guys, and just getting to sit in once in a while, and then other players too. I became good friends with Rick Keller, and I really learned a lot hanging out with him. And he's kind of become a sax player. Rob Mader, who a great player. He's become a good friend, and just I'm probably still going to end up there. But we'll see when things open up. But you guys are great, and I just see all sorts of, doing sort of just some side projects with you guys, just some recordings, just, I don't know. It's just.
Sure.
Hey,
well,
Jerry,
I can tell you, if you come here, you're not going to lack for finding opportunities to, when you're not touring or whatever.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I'm not even coming there for that necessarily.
Right.
Yeah, because hopefully I'll be touring again. I hope so.
Yeah.
Rob's on here. God, we have a lot of people. I'm just going to look at these comments here. Tom Corin, thank you.
When does it look like that the situation will start to open back up for gigs, and how does it look if it's going to be a few people let in, or how's that?
Well, it started a little bit. Some of the smaller clubs have already started to start some entertainment in some smaller venues, some smaller things with limited seating. And, there's a couple of stages where they've got plexiglass in front of the whole stage. It's a little strange. But they're making an effort. They're trying, right?
Yeah.
Right now, and Rob Mader's on there now, but Rob is our tenor player, and he's also a great IT guy. We got guys in the band who are.
I didn't know that.
We got guys who Gil Kaup, the other trumpet player, he runs the recording program at UNLV. Nathan Tano, all these guys have are brilliant. So Rob's helping. We're actually tricking out the Copa room where you saw us the last time, that nightclub. Right now with full ability to go in and actually do live performances via the internet.
So you're gonna
just like
stream some shows.
Sort of, yeah, but we're spending a lot of time and money, and so that even when everything gets back to normal, we want to continue to be able to have these shows available to people all over the world. We've got fans everywhere, and where people could tune in for a healing,
Yeah.
So that's
when did that start? Getting the healing.
Yeah, and Doc and I wrote a song called "Let the Healing Begin," and that's the title of one of our CDs.
I know. Should we play that song right now?
Yeah, he called me. He said, "Man, Jerry," goes, "I got an idea for a song, man. Your guys' motto is 'Let the Healing Begin.'" I said, "Yeah, Doc." He goes, "Okay, man, I got some lyrics." So, well, so what happened with that is one night.
So Doc wrote the lyrics?
Yeah, Doc wrote the lyrics.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'd had a horrible day. I don't even remember what it was about. You know, everything went wrong, and I got on stage with the band, and after about 2 songs, everything just everything was gone. It wasn't, you know, and I just stepped up to the mic and I said, you know, let the healing begin. And it stuck. That, you know, that was almost 20 years ago, and
wow,
that's just what it is. It really is.
God,
you know?
I need that. I need that getting on stage and playing some music thing again. Gosh, I don't. I need it.
What that is for those of us who perform live, and that thing that's generated between us giving it to the audience and them giving it back to us, and the endorphins and the chemicals that are created in our bodies that heal for them and for us.
Yeah.
Right.
So how long before you think you'll be able to do a live streaming thing? And would it be something that you would charge for?
Very possibly. We might do some free things, but we're probably going to have some pay-per-view kind of options as well, and inner circle kind of things. And so we're still mapping all of that out. The first thing we're doing is getting the infrastructure set up and getting all the stuff that we need to create it and do it in a real professional way.
Yeah, I have a little advertisement now that you reminded me, especially because Roger's been watching, is on the 29th and 30th. Roger Smith, Jerry Cortez, Mark Van Wageningen, David Garibaldi, myself, and perhaps Fred Ross and Tony Lindsay will be doing. Actually, I don't think we're going to do a live stream. I think we're going to do a video recording up at Bump City Wine, and then we're going to stream that video out.
Right.
And play some tower tunes. And so I'm not sure how Roger's handling all the details on that, but we're going to get to play. That's, to me, the most important thing. I'm going to get to play with these guys, you know, for a couple of days. So,
yeah.
And actually, I'm going up to Roger's on Thursday to record a tune too. So I'm looking forward to that too. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Roger sent me an arrangement that he did of a tune that was just killing. It was awesome. Was that playing on that? It was like a slide tune.
The slide tune, I think that was me. Yeah.
I think that was you, man.
If you want me to stay, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was me.
Stay. Awesome.
Yeah, that was me. I'm on. That's a tune I'm on.
Beautiful arrangement that Roger did on that.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing I'm on with Mick Gillette.
Yeah, that's a good one. Bump City Wine.
Bump City Wine, actually, very good product. Hey, do you want to hear play a little bit of "Let the Healing Begin"? I was going to say, or has the moment passed?
Whatever you guys want to do. I'm up to whatever you guys want to do.
Well, I'll play it.
Play 90 seconds of it anyway.
Yeah. Let the treatment take hold. Let the healing begin. Let the magic unfold. Let the healing begin. Let the treatment take hold. Let the healing begin. To go home. Everybody got their share of an old aches and pain. It doesn't matter who you are, for us it's all the same. But when it gets to be much more than no more wear and tear, then it gets to be the time to give your crown and care. Begin, let the treatment take hold. Let the healing begin. If we can be so bold, let the healing begin. Let the treatment take hold. Let the healing begin. To behold. Everybody's got their share of normal stress and strain. For
cause a lot of thoughts to go swimming around the brain. When I guess to be too much for keeping you to bear. Then I guess to be the time to give everyone a care. And the drink may take hold. Like it is to begin. The magic of fall.
So can I ask you, did everybody sing a verse on that? Did you have like a couple of guys in the band and everybody sang a verse?
Yeah. With that, we do that a lot with the songs. We break up the songs, and different singers will sing a different verse, or this guy will sing the bridge, and yeah.
Well, you got
we spread it out.
you got 5 or 6 lead singers, so
Yeah, we spread it out.
and such a diversity. Your voice, and then Tony Davich's voice, which I love, but it's so different. And then Lanny, and then Tyreek, very different. And then
we have a phone call. We have a phone call.
No way.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Who's calling?
Jeff, this is Frank from Chicago. I want to say hello to Jerry and Tom. And I want to ask Jerry, as a longtime musician in Las Vegas, who is the best acts he's ever seen play? And what are still some of the good side rooms to see good local entertainment?
Oh, good questions.
Good question.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, when I was a teenager.
This is Frank.
Oh, hold on, Frank. You might need to turn your. Can you turn your stream on, Frank?
In Las Vegas, who is the best acts he's ever seen play?
All right.
Turn your radio down, Frank.
To see good local entertainment.
Okay, go ahead, Jerry.
Okay, yeah. So listen, Vegas. Everybody has come to Vegas. Everybody that you can imagine has been here, right? And I mean, we've seen since when I got here in the early mid '70s, the greatest acts and the greatest, I mean, everybody, you name it, we've got them here, and it's in a really small community in terms of, in comparison to Los Angeles or New York or some other place where you would think there would be that volume of entertainment. So, it's there's too many to name. And aside from the casinos that have got great showrooms and the theaters that we've got, the bigger stadiums and theaters, we've also got places like the Smith Center here in town that is a beautiful venue, and they host a lot of the local, great bands and great entertainers, and there's just so much music here. There really is,
And the distillery.
Oh yeah, the distillery. Yeah, that's right. There's all kinds of great places here. Like
The jazz room, yeah. Which
right.
I follow Charles McNeil a lot, and I know.
Yeah.
It's he's just done.
Yeah.
I see Rick had a gig
Right.
there with Keller.
So that's right. There's all kinds of great here. Just such stuff going on.
And,
Frank,
I can't be more specific, but but Frank, yeah, I've seen a lot of great acts here. I mean, start from when I was a kid, like I said, seen B.B. King and Wayne Cochran and just Louis Prima and just amazing.
Wow, Louis Prima.
Yeah,
I was in a Louis Prima band for a while here in the Bay Area. Right before, it's a pretty good band, yeah. And I remember I really try to pay respect to Butera and get my growl on, and try to play. I've always loved trying to play in the style of that music, and it's just always been really fun to try to be a chameleon that way.
Right. And that's the way to gig too.
Frank, did that answer your question? Frank, are you still there?
And I remember I
Frank, I'm going to let you go, okay?
We got to hang up. Sorry, Frank.
All right.
So, Frank, if you're out there, next time you call in, and I know Frank Moran, by the way. He's a big TOP band. I know Frank. Frank actually very graciously took me on a beautiful golf course in in Chicago, and he's come and seen us a bunch of times. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy, sweetheart of a guy. And so, Frank, next time, turn your computer down or your iPhone down when you're on the phone. That's all.
Okay. All right. So those are great questions, though, on who to see.
Hey, I have a question. I heard that you're doing a Yacht Rocks band at the Red Rocks.
Yeah. We put together this band, and I've got a really good relationship with Line. Okay.
With
In
who?
fact, Santa Fe did what are called virtual concerts on some of their ships, which is
I saw the video.
Yeah. So because of that, I started coming up with this idea of putting together a yacht rock band that would cover all the great music from the 80s, right? From Michael McDonald and Kenny Loggins and Christopher Cross and Ambrosia and on and on and on. And I put together a band of guys. Every one of them is the lead singer. Every one of them is a wonderful instrumentalist. There's six guys in the band. And when we were rehearsing it to possibly put on the ships, the entertainment director for the station casinos here in Vegas heard that we were doing it and hired us sight unseen, and just knowing that, the guys that were involved in it, that it would be strong.
You guys have a reputation.
Yeah. So we end up at the Red Rock Casino, which is a cool venue because it's got great stage, great lights, great sound. And it was like an instant success. So that's a lot of fun because I love that music anyway. I'm like, I love all of that.
Speaking of which, Jeff just had, what's his name? Steal Away, Dupree?
Robbie Dupree.
Yeah.
I interviewed.
Jeff just had.
Yeah, I interviewed Robbie Dupree this last Monday. And, man, he's
still great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just great music.
Yes.
All that music, all of those, it was great melodies. You know what I'm saying? There was great singers. It's great stuff. So, I don't know. A lot of that music underscored the fabric of a lot of people's lives for a great time in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And so once again, this concept of healing through music, right?
Mm-hmm.
The audience is just, they eat it up. They love it. And it's a lot of fun. I don't know what will, I'm sure we're going to resume that, but,
it has to happen.
yeah.
Worst case scenario, we're from when it started to when it ends, it's going to be close to 2 years, right? That's the worst case scenario, but that's the end of it. I already know it because either we'll get a vaccine or we'll have pack immunity. We'll just develop immunity to it, and
yeah.
But it's really screwed. It's just really screwed. It's just like I see planes packed with people, and I'm just going like, but you're on a small metal tube up in the air with a bunch of people with masks on, but you can seem safer in a big venue with a high ceiling. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. I just want to play.
And in the meantime, a lot of us, all musicians, we're creative people, and we're chameleons in a lot of ways, and we're all trying to find a way to continue to do our art and do this thing that feeds our soul, right? And to give it to the people that enjoy it and appreciate it. And and in the meantime, I've been doing a lot of sessions at home. Like I said, we're writing a bunch of music for our CD. I co-wrote a couple songs with Bill Champlin, and I just wrote one with Carmen Grillo. And
don't you do a bunch of infomercial music too?
That's my main gig, really.
That's your main gig.
That's my main gig. That's my main gig.
That's your main gig as far as money. Money. Wow. Okay, because probably not in your heart. It's not your main gig.
No, but the beautiful thing about that is that that allows me to pick and choose the gigs that I want to do, so that I don't have to do something. I was talking to my brother Lenny about this yesterday. We were talking about how a gig can be painful. I've done gigs where I had to do the gig because I needed the dough, and it was just suffering. It takes this beautiful thing that we love and it turns it into I mean, I would rather
I
work at
know.
Depot than do that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Right? 'Cause
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah. But the infomercial stuff that I do, we write. Jamie Hosmer, the other keyboard player, singer in Santa Fe, and I are partners in this. We've been doing it for over, I don't know, like 15 years.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll work on shows 3 or 4 months out of the year, and you know, it's you know, we get residuals and royalties that last for years from that.
Great.
So we've been doing this, and it helps us to be able to, you know, spend more time with Santa Fe, spend more time with Windjammers, which is our yacht rock band, and do all the different things we want to do. You know, work with other artists and record. And so I don't have to be, because I've had to in the past work in shows on the Strip where I was in a tuxedo, sitting, and I played the exact same notes in the exact same songs 6 nights a week. You know, and after a while, that's like,
I've done it. Yeah.
it's torture, man.
So
you know, man.
have you done any big shows on the Strip in the last 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I was a musical director for a show called something called Vegas the Show, which was continued to run. It was, I think, in the 7th year. I was one of the first guys that was involved in mounting that show. And so yeah, that, I mean, I've done that a lot. You know, that's been one of the other things that I've done here.
And wasn't a large portion of the whole, all of the Fat City Horns, weren't they doing Lady Gaga?
Yeah, the whole horn section.
That sounded like a pretty good gig, though.
Yeah, great gig, and at the same time, a lot of them are working with Celine Dion.
Right.
And here's the thing about Santa Fe and the Fat City Horns, right? I tell people this all the time. There's 2 sides to this thing. One of it is the personal healing that we get, the joy. I mean, it makes me 16 years old music. The other side of that is big gigs all of us have gotten over the last 20 years have come from people seeing us do that gig. It's an amazing platform, and for what we all do individually, you get to see and hear Nathan Tenoy's beautiful horn arrangements and Richardson's amazing horn arrangements and songs, and you get to hear us playing and arranging everything pedal to the metal. Whereas if you went to go see me in Vegas the show, or even though we're part of a little piece of the puzzle, you wouldn't see the full potential of what everybody does. So Santa Fe and the Fat City Horns is kind of a farm club for a lot of other big things.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah. That's so great.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I'm going to put the phone number back up just in case somebody else calls. Yes.
I was going to say,
also,
next time you get up in the to pee and you see an infomercial for any of the Shark Ninja, the Shark vacuum cleaners, steam mops, the Ninja kitchen system blenders, whatever, that's us, okay? You know. Every time I do that, I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, yeah, cha-ching. Here we go.
Oh my God. Hey, Raul, our friend Raul,
Yes.
you know, which is Horn Driven Radio. By the way, shout out to Raul. He has a website, online. I guess what it's Raul's an online radio station called Horn Driven Radio, and he plays really great stuff. And if you like horns, and I do, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he said if you don't feel uplifted after one of their shows, check your pulse.
That's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, our deal is that we want people to walk out of there feeling a lot better than when they walked in. I don't care how good they were feeling when they walked in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying when I see Tower. I'm like, I walk out of there and I'm like, I don't know, either I got to go practice stuff. I got to, you know.
Stop it. Oh, stop it.
Right and inspired. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
What dreams come true. For me, when I was a kid and I heard the first time I heard Tower and all the years of listening, and and then finally get to knowing some of you guys and being able to play with some of you a little bit, to me, that's a dream. That's like, you know, coming from where I come from to the things that I've been able to do, it's just a blessing. It's been a dream, really.
By the way, this is if you're enjoying listening to what we've got right now, you can contribute to the Jeff Knows.
No.
Hold up.
No.
Phone call.
No. I can't even tell you who this is.
I got a question. I just have a question. It's not, and it's for you and Tom. I love Jerry. I can't stand you two clowns. Because my question is, you both have been sweet as pie to Jerry, and you're just mean as hell. Why y'all mean to me, but you're nice to Jerry? Jerry's can sing, and he's crazy as I am.
I said you were Fred, I said you were a handsome, sensual man. And I love you.
But Fred, I like Jerry.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Jerry's a great guy. He came on here. He was nice.
Yes.
And he's talking.
Yes, he is. He is a great guy, Jerry. Change your mind the next time the Jeff calls you. Just say no. Just say no.
Well, okay, Fred. So let me say, just in defense of myself, and Jerry came on. He signed on. The first thing I said is, "Wow, that's a really cool room. How'd you get that? That's too nice for this." That was the first thing I said to him, and he didn't even know who I was. So it's not just you that I pick on. Like,
no, he started giving me shit right off the bat.
Yes, mostly. Okay. Well, I'm feeling special by you and Tom. I really do. Jerry, nothing but love for you, bro. You're doing a great job. You know, I can't wait to get my healing back on because.
Hey Fred, if I come up to Oakley, you gonna cook for me?
Oh, absolutely, Tom. You got that. Even though I got you. I got you on the food, man. Hey, for sure.
I'm a quarantine dude, man. I live alone and I'm not around anybody.
Wait, you got to ride a horse to get to Fred's house.
Jerry, Jeff, you know that you ain't never been out here, you liar. Although, let me say this. There are some gentlemen out here that actually do ride houses, just not past my house, okay?
We were wondering, though, do you have farm hands to take care of the animals?
Okay, this conversation is about to be over. Jerry, I love you, man. I hope to see you real soon, man, okay? Love you, man. Tell me I said, hey.
Okay.
Love you too, Jeff. Not so much. Talk to you later.
So Jerry, Jeff and Fred have known each other for a while. Wow. And of course I've known Fred for a while too. So yeah.
So I'm sorry. So I cannot talk about. Is he calling back? He's calling back. Wait. Oh no, he hung up. He called it. He was going to call back and he hung up. I don't know how to not give Fred shit. I don't know how to do that.
Right.
I can only speak.
And you should see, you know Tony Lindsay a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And you should see. So Tony and Fred have a certain dynamic that's pretty funny too. Tony started a band here in the Bay Area called the Soul Soldiers.
I was just gonna talk about those guys. I saw them over at Biscuits and Blues.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty good.
And I mean, what a band! I mean, Tony Lindsay and Fred. I mean, forget about it. And the band is amazing. I was in the audience and they asked me to come up and sit in with them, and I was so awestruck. I just couldn't even do it. I was like, I'm not getting up there with those guys. It was. And
you can sit in with anybody.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if I should bring this up in this interview, but I was fairly new in the band. I mean, I've been in the band like 4 or 5 years, and this guy from Vegas auditioned to play in the band. I guess Jeff Tamley was leaving, and I don't understand why we didn't hire that guy. I really don't. I mean, we kind of was like, well, let's listen to some other people first. And I was going like, and I kind of went, I'm outspoken now. I wasn't really outspoken back then. I was going like, but wait a second. That guy just kind of killed it. I don't get it. So anyway, just saying, I think you know the guy that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy, his name, I think his name was Ralph something. Yeah. So I don't understand what happened there.
I'll tell you, everything always worked out best, and that playing with you guys, the couple times that I've played with Tower, to me is like a badge that I wear. Okay, and what an honor that is. Seriously.
Well, you're just someone I'd like to play in a band with sometime. Maybe if that can ever happen.
We'll do that. We will do that.
Yeah, definitely. And also, before Jeff interrupted me, if you're enjoying our programming, ladies and gentlemen, you can contribute to the Jeff News Tom Politzer Show by put it up on the screen, Jeff. By donating on Venmo, kick in your $5-10 to us unemployed musicians. If you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Jeff hates doing this. I make him do it every time, But I want to thank so many of the people that come on my page for donating to Jeff, because Jeff is one of these people, for some reason, is not getting his unemployment, which he completely deserves. Mm-hmm. And I think we should, I know you don't want to talk about that, but anyway,
there are lots of people, and Jerry knows in Vegas that everybody, that the minute this all hit, people stopped working, and there are lots of musicians. And I've been a sound guy, and the minute all the gigs went away, a lot of us try to live off the grid, right? We don't really have an employer, and we're all self-employed, and how do we get funds? And there are many people that just have no way of getting money.
Yeah.
And so the state of California started offering unemployed or self-employed people unemployed insurance for them. Right. And that was only for a handful of weeks. And then what? So Tom was kind enough to say, put your Venmo thing up a couple of times. And I have to say, his people over the last 4 weeks that know him randomly just send me money now and then. And I got to tell you, it has been extremely helpful. So
that's nice.
Yeah. And I feel a little bad because I know there are many people just like me, many musicians that may not have been as fortunate as some of us that love music, and all of a sudden they just can't play and can't make any money.
Yeah.
I feel bad for all those people.
So Tony Lindsay is doing a thing on Wednesday coming up with a great keyboard player in the Bay Area named John R. Actually, I think I'm gonna get together on the next one, and they're just raising money online. They're gonna do for Bay Area musicians who aren't getting unemployment, and it's for full-time musicians. And he's gonna start it, but I want to come and help out too and play it, kind of do something to start a fund. And also I wanted to let you know, Jerry, Jeff and I, by the way, are like the oldest of friends. We've known each other since 1980. Like forever. I've known this brother forever. Just so you know, we do this thing together. It's like
Jeff, where do you live? Where are you?
What's that?
Where are you? Where do you live?
I live in Burbank.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in Burbank for 12 years now.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
I just was curious. I saw the tie-dye T-shirt and I thought, that like. Is this Marin? Is this a?
Oh, sorry.
No,
I haven't worn the T-shirt in a while.
Right.
The tie-dye T-shirt came from my daughter, who was in middle school, did all these projects to raise money for the band and choirs, and they would make tie-dye T-shirts and then sell them to the parents. I've got handfuls of these now that I wear them because I've got a bunch of them.
I dig it.
I would buy them to support the school.
I dig it. I like it.
Yeah. So I'm not a Grateful Dead guy. And, I don't sit around and get all stoned and everything because I'm wearing a tie-dye shirt. I did at one time, but not now.
Jeff's a Nebraska boy originally.
Are you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where in Nebraska are you from?
The center of the state,
Aurora.
As a matter of fact, so
wait. Aurora population
like 2020 and a couple of dogs and cats and cows. But when I met Tom, the first show I did with Tom on the circus was in Albuquerque. And
really?
We drove through Santa Fe to get there.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was the show?
Circus Vargas.
Oh, Circus Vargas. I remember that.
Yeah.
In Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I'm a grizzled circus veteran.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of stories there, huh, Tom?
Oh yeah. A lot of stories. A lot of stories. Like crazy stories. That was a crazy life. Something you can only do in your early 20s. You couldn't. Yeah. It was my first gig. It was my first gig I ever did.
Wow.
Very first gig for. I'm making professional money. Yeah.
So let me. Is there something else that I want to play another tune or two off of your?
Yes.
CDs? What's the? Do you have a focus for the new CD coming out? A specific kind of tune that you're going to do for the new CD, the new record?
Well, we all write in almost in different styles. Sort of, it's kind of weird. We're kind of eclectic that way. So, I mean, I'm writing funk R&B things. I've got a couple of ballads. Dave Richardson's written a couple of really cool songs, wrote an amazing thing called My Big 7-9. It's about his 1979 Lincoln Continental. And so, yeah, but there's no focus. It's kind of a, we're gonna write a bunch of songs and then we'll think will be the best for this thing. So we're in demo mode. Most of us have got home studios and are throwing stuff together, but
well, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
What would be, if other than the songs we've played and somebody said, what do you do? What would be a song that would really represent how you would like people to think about you?
I think Pack It Up from, I think it's on the same record, the Sante. Pack It Up is kind of representative of what we do, where it's a pretty strong funk, jazz, something. I don't even know how to describe it.
I got Pack It Up, and I accidentally hit the wrong. Okay, so let's play a little bit of that.
All right.
Who's that guitar player?
I told you twice, I won't take no flack in this life. What you see is what you get. I work hard for me and you, girl. I pack it up, hey, I pack it up, pack it up. It's a wheel. I'll pack it up. I'm walking away. I'm walking away. I told you once, I told you twice. You won't find no slack in my stride. I give my best, I give my all, and I expect the same from you. Hey, I pack it up. I'll pack it up, pack it up, it's a win. I'll pack it up. walking away. Ooh, 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 walking away, yeah. Since I fell for you, I gave you everything your heart desired. Ain't it true? Ooh, yeah. Oh, oh, ain't it true, girl? And unless I can play the fool for you, I've been doing my best, working hard, not breaking any rules.
So is that Lenny singing?
Yeah, that's Lenny.
Ah, I thought it was Lenny. Yeah,
Wow.
because there's a similarity. Well, I've seen the band a lot, but this, there's a little similarity to your voices. And he started singing. I go like, is that Jerry? I go like, no, it's got to be Lenny singing.
Yeah.
Is he still fishing? Is he fishing, or is he out fishing?
He's in Utah right now.
Fishing. Lenny's that's his golf.
Well, he's a professional fly fishing guide as well.
Wow.
And pay him to take him out on trips. So
wow.
I mean, for him to put him on water, and got ranch owners, so he brings people onto private stretches of water that nobody's actually get to.
Wow, because he knows. Yeah, it's funny. I have friends who fish, and I remember having a short conversation with your brother about his love of fishing, and it reminded me of my love of golf. And I've never fished. I want to try it, so I got to try it with him. I got to try it with him because that would be the way to go. Because I would like to fish once.
You have a great time. It's the same thing. It's like golf, right? In that I tell people fishing is like, first of all, I love where the fish live. So I'm in a beautiful place to begin with, right? It's like golf.
In the desert, fish. You have fish in the desert?
We go up to Utah, which is really close.
Okay.
A couple, 3-4 hours from here.
Okay.
But also musicians get the hang of fly fishing. They get it pretty quickly because there's a lot of different disciplines and arts that are involved in fly fishing. There's the gracefulness and what it takes to do a really good cast. There's the entomology part where we're studying what the insects are that the fish are feeding on. There are certain knots. There's just all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
So you must fish too. Do you fish?
Oh yeah.
Do you love it almost as much as your brother?
I love it almost as much as my brother. I'm the one that I think got infected to do that. So, tie our own flies. I mean, we're pretty deep into it,
So this might sound a little wrong, but how many rods do you have?
Man, you know what? I've got a rod for whatever occasion comes up, whatever kind of water I got it.
What's your longest rod?
My longest rod is a 9.5.
Damn.
Foot. Yeah.
Oh, foot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 9.5 foot. Okay.
What is there really a difference in length of rod in order to cast a certain way?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's different kind of opinion. And I like small seams where I'm constantly, because every few feet it's a new challenge. It's a new it's like hunting, really. It's really
you guys use lures, not bait, right?
We use flies, so they're like lures, right?
Yeah.
So what they are, they're tied with feather and furs and fur, and they imitate aquatic insects that are either emerging from the water or landing on water.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Do you make your own? Do you make them yourself?
I used to tie my own flies, and now Lenny has become that I let him do it. He's a really good tire. But yeah, we make our own.
Wow.
Yeah, that's and I've seen videos of guys doing that. I don't know where. Something I saw of guys doing all the strings and tying them, and you make it look like some kind of insect. And do you guys catch and release, or do you eat them sometimes?
Catch and release.
What if you're
pitched the bar
hungry?
down.
What if you get a nice brook trout and you're hungry? Can
Oh,
you
we
eat
get some
them?
beautiful fish. I don't eat them. I always put them back. I I need them to do this dance. I like to do. They're my partner, so I release them. But every now and
So you have a hook without a barb then, right?
yeah, we pinch the barbs down on the
Okay.
hooks, which makes it even more difficult to bring
Right.
them in.
But
Because if
lets
you
them heal. But lets them heal, right?
That's right, and because if you release tension, there's nothing to hold them on that hook. So
Right.
anyway, there you go.
Yeah, I get it. I've seen a little bit of it on TV before.
Yeah, it's
You know.
golf. Like golf.
Yes, I mean,
it's like,
and golf. Let's
you can
face
get
it. If you're not a golfer, it's very boring to watch. I get it.
you don't understand it unless you golf. If you do it, then you get it.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
never got it. Golf, and I went, oh, I get this. And what happens with us is that, like, I ride a motorcycle as well, right? And it's one of those things where if you need all of your focus, and because your focus is directed on one thing, everything else seems to fade away. All your problems, all the bull, right, in life.
Yeah.
It's like that. Oh,
Yeah. No. I get that part. That part makes complete sense to me. Being in nature, and on a river, and fish,
yeah.
and you just that's what golf does for me too. Just all this coronavirus, political stuff, which I need to have an emotional break from. I tell you, man, this stuff wears on you when you don't even know it's wearing on you.
Yeah, it's heavy.
The unfortunate thing about everything we're going through is that whether we individually are aware of it or not, we cannot help actually but be aware of it. But even if we're not paying attention, the weight of everything really feels heavy. Even when you go to the grocery store, everybody just doesn't feel happy right now.
Everybody, it's a collective bad mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of darkness going on.
So Jerry, have you left the house much other than to shop for food?
Just shop for food. Like I said, I ride a motorcycle, which is a blessing for me.
Oh.
Because this morning, right before the sun came up, I went for a ride as the sun's coming up.
Okay.
And it's really cool during that time, even though it's blazing hot out here. And so my motorcycle is like, I call them my mini vacations. Even if I'm in lockdown in the studio, I'm riding and I'm working, I can go out there and take off because I'm real close to getting out of the city right here, out into the desert.
Well,
so
anywhere in Vegas, you're close to getting out in the desert.
And I live, but like I'm by the South Point, so you know where that is, right?
Okay, I didn't know that.
Real quickly, I'm out. I can go out for 3 minutes on my bike.
Do you go west? Do you go west around that what is that Red Rocks loop?
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's
I love that. I love that loop. Yeah, and it's funny. One of the things you're gonna laugh at this, Jerry. When I first told people that I want to move to Vegas, it gets really hot out there, don't you? I'm kind of want to go yeah, duh. Yeah, it gets really hot out there. Well, were you okay with that? Well, I said, well, it also has 6, 7, sometimes 8 months where it's really great.
Yeah. Right.
And the other thing I like about Vegas is let's say it's 2 million people in a bowl, surrounded by nothing. You can go in any direction out of Vegas, and you're in middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that's actually, for me, that's a comforting feeling.
Good. Yeah, well, you like it.
I would like it.
I've been here for a lot of years, and it was.
Yeah. I know you like it. And Rob Meter likes it. Daniel likes it. Daniel's like Mr. Las Vegas. Oh, we freeze. Did we freeze up?
Oh.
Did we lose Jerry for a minute?
Yeah, he's froze up. You're froze up, Jerry. I don't know if you can hear us. Well, we're right at an hour and a half. Maybe. So
yeah. Let's get Jerry back on before we say goodbye.
Yeah.
And
Jerry, I don't know if you can hear us. Can you try to log out and log back in quick?
There he goes. He's doing it. He already did it.
He did? No,
He-
I don't see it.
No, he just. Oh, really? I just saw him go. His screen go blank.
There he went. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna come back in.
Yeah.
And so you just met Jerry. It's kind of cool.
I
Way to meet you.
met him.
I know. So yeah. Anybody listening? So you might think that me and Jeff always know the same people we bring on, and usually we do. But this is a time that Jeff got to meet a new guy
Yeah, and
that I know.
almost everybody I know knows him. So what was my problem?
Well, it's, and and yeah, and I knew you would like him. I mean, who doesn't like Jerry Lopez? I mean, he's
Great.
he's a wonderful guy, humble, talented, thoughtful, inspiring to be around.
Oh, I love
kind.
voice. I love how
You
he
know.
sings.
Yeah,
I really
I just love.
sing.
I love. We were talking last week about the hang, and how one of the things us as musicians really miss is just the hang.
Right.
Which is it's because the gig, for Tower, it's like an hour and a half. For even Santa Fe, the gig's about 90 minutes, maybe 100 minutes. And there's the hang before, there's the sound check, and then there's the meal in between the sound check and talking and just joking. And then there's sometimes we're really tired and we're all just sitting around the dressing room being quiet. And that's cool too.
Yeah.
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 It's just it becomes a family thing that I really miss. Is Jerry coming back in?
I
Dang.
emailed him quick. But probably a good thing for us to wrap it up when he comes back and
Oh, hey, Phil Wigfall. Phil Wigfall just put a comment. He goes, "Hey guys, I'm late to the party. I hope there's still some wine left." Phil, you might want to watch back because I was just like kind of just gushing all over you. We played Site Vas, and your solo on that is just unbelievable. Your tone, I mean, and I was saying, you're actually one of my favorite alto players, kind of period. And I'm sure you probably play the other horns too, but I know altos are your main acts, and you're just, man, it's just sounds so great. But you can watch any of you tuning in late can always watch this on replay. I know there's a couple. Jeff had Ralph Humphreys on yesterday,
Ralph
as well as Dave Silliman. And I know you don't know that name, but Dave Silliman comes from the Bay Area, an amazing drummer. Moved to New York City and has had a great career, and is maybe one of those really, really great drummers you just never heard of, and had a really phenomenal career.
It's possible that Jerry can't get back in.
Why?
It's possible the link got weird or something. You might want to text him just to make sure. If he can't get back in, I mean, I can try. I can't really send him a new link without restarting the whole thing.
Yeah, just I'm texting.
It'd be kind of cool, sign off with him, play a song out.
Yeah. Look, hold on, I'm texting him. Can you not get back?
Or maybe he thinks that we were just finished and we shut him off.
No, I don't think he thinks that.
We've done that to Fred. I don't.
By the way, we've had the most. I see the numbers of people watching live on my feeds. We've never really dropped below 36 people watching live, and that's the highest it's ever been. Anytime we've done Facebook Live, so that's kind of cool.
I think it was pretty much the same as that too. I've been seeing right at like 40.
Jerry texted me back. He says he's having issues. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. No,
we will play a song
and
sign off, and let's
tell him thank you.
Sign off. Thank you so much. I want a song with a Phil Wigfall solo.
So a shout out to Jerry Lopez and Santa Fe and the Fat City Horns.
Hold on.
Now, I have never met Jerry, but I have listened.
You just did.
But I have listened to much of the music and watched lots of YouTubes over the years because people post them all the time.
Yeah.
And I watched the one with Fred singing and sitting in. And there's a guy out there that I know Jerry knows, Andy Ebon is a friend.
Right.
You know Andy?
Yeah, I know Andy pretty well.
Yeah, because he did Tower's website stuff for a while.
Yeah.
So Andy would always post stuff. So let me get back to play something on my Spotify. Where'd it go? What do you think? Something different.
Jerry just texted on the feed. He says, I'm working on getting back, but if it don't, thanks for having me. And tell everyone out there, I love them and hope you see everyone soon. Technical difficulties.
Hey, and it's not uncommon to have technical difficulties.
No. And I'm glad I figured out my little internet problems, right? I've been good the whole time.
Yeah, your mic was actually blasting.
Yeah, okay. I just have to talk a little softer, right?
Yeah.
DJ.
It was the best you've ever been.
Oh.
Well, I mean, not that.
Oh. Oh.
Not that way.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see what this is.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know this song? I'm going to pull this down a little bit, and maybe we can talk over the top of it and close out the show.
Is there any way to get the fidelity on the audio playback cleaner?
Not this way.
Is there another app we can use?
No, it's the stream. It's the.
What about the Facebook app where you can have no?
Yeah, no. So the issue is Switcher Studio. Whenever and it's whenever I use video chat, everything goes through a different thing in which it crunches all of the music, right?
Yeah.
So the only way that Switcher Studio can get good audio is if you stream from the app and out. But the minute you bring in a video source from another place, it starts squishing the stuff. And
just play. But if you can get good audio, who cares about the video? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I can't get good audio unless I.
So anybody out there who's still listening, we still see 47 people. I want to shout out to Tommy Alvarado, another great sax player. I assume still lives in Vegas. When the curtain goes up. Hey Phil, do you have a solo on this?
Yeah, no, it sounds great. And I've tried to do some different things, but there's no way I can use the video chat and make the audio sound good.
Yeah. So before we sign off, if anybody has something they want to say, any guests that they'd like to see us interview that we might know, because between Jeff and I, we know a lot of people in the music business, and maybe, I don't know, I might be able to get Dennis Chambers.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just personally like to hang out with him for an hour and a half.
Hey, John Worley said "sexy time, Tom," because he saw you do the thing.
Well, I just can't listen to music and sit still when it's funky. I don't know why. I used to play in a big band. I remember Full Faith. Remember Full Faith and Credit big band?
Yeah.
And we used to be playing, and the band was really good. And I'd be sitting in my chair, and I'd be doing this stuff when I was resting and when I was playing. And I see some of these guys are sitting here. How can you sit still? I mean, how can you sit still when I can't sit still. I just can't sit still. People say, "Oh, you're a good dancer. You like to dance." No, it's not that I like to dance. I just can't sit still.
Yeah.
It's good music.
I want to say something about all of the people.
Even when it's bad music, sometimes I can't sit still.
Right. Well, I want to say something about all the people that we know. Between you and I, everybody is a one-person phone call away from getting them. You know what I mean? What
phone call? Say it again.
Anybody that someone would want to see or have on our show, that person is only a one phone call to them or one phone call to one person who knows them. It's that close.
Yeah.
Almost anybody,
Pretty, yeah. I mean, for me, if you want Robert De Niro, that might take.
Well,
three,
yeah. I mean,
that might be 3 phone calls.
It might be 3 phone calls. I actually had a guest on that had just done something with him.
You had kind of a sort of famous actress on.
A couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I was impressed that you knew them.
Tiffany Phillips, Christina DeRosa, and Anzu Lawson. Anzu Lawson.
I should have, Blaine Tyndall.
I don't.
She wrote the music for a couple. She's a Facebook friend of mine. I don't know her. Sounds like a very interesting person to interview. She's an LA person. Has a lot of,
Well, here's one thing that I'm working on, and it's going to take me a minute, but a lot of the people that they were not A-list actors, but actors like J.K. Simmons, right?
I know J.K. Simmons.
And he was at one of the shows, one of the power shows at Brooklyn Bowl.
Yeah.
So there was a lady that I did sound for where she would do these, she called it word theater, and actors would come and read portions of books. The author would be there and then do a book signing after, but the people that would read excerpts from the book would be actors like Chris Pine's dad and J.K. Simmons and lots of people that you would see all the time, but not the A-list people that were the stars.
Chris Pine's kind of A-list.
Well, Chris Pine, but his dad came and did a bunch of them, and his dad was the sergeant in the 70s TV show Chips.
Really?
Yeah.
That's Chris Pine's dad.
That's Chris Pine's dad.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Mackenzie got his autograph. That was pretty cool. Got his autograph. So a bunch of those people I got to know, and I've reached out to her because I'd like to have some of those actors on.
It's so funny. People don't know that you can walk about a half mile or less than a mile and knock on Warner Brothers and a bunch of studios with a ton of famous actors are doing work a mile away from where you live.
Yeah, but you gotta know people.
You got to know people to get past the guard at the front gate. But Jeff lives maybe a mile from Warner Brothers.
Not even a mile.
Half mile from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, 2 blocks from NBC.
And that whole street that goes up the back path, the back way to Universal. I remember driving up that road and seeing, all kinds of audio production, video production companies, smaller companies with their logos out. I just went like, man, this is like the heart of the Hollywood scene. And then, of course, you got to go to the other side to find Paramount. Right, Paramount's on the other side of the hill.
Right.
Yeah, and Universal's right there at the Universal Studios.
So I'm John. John said Lydia Pence. Lydia Pence would be good to have.
John who?
John Worley said this. Lydia Pence.
Lydia Pence would be actually, yeah. Of course, a lot of people would like to hear Lydia. I don't know. I've only met Lydia. I don't know her that well.
Yeah.
But she'd come on.
Yeah, and I'm thinking there's a couple of people that I'm thinking I'd like to, and then who I'd like to get on is Eric, and I want to tell you,
Jorgensen.
His wife Audrey is going to come on next week. She does this thing with horses and kids and people that have emotional problems and stuff, and they go out and ride the horse, and it's I don't know exactly what it is, but there's a place she works with.
It's horse therapy.
It's horse therapy. It's like that. So she's going to come on next Wednesday, and we're going to talk about that sort of thing. What she does to help people get healed. It's a healing sort of animal therapy thing. She's going to come on and talk about that. I'd like to get Eric on. On Monday, I'm having a woman who had a near-death experience and is a numerologist and sort of psychic thing, and she's going to talk about what happened to her when she was clinically dead for like 10 minutes.
So we have a lot of people still listening, and Jeff, if you're not, thank you all for always tuning in on Fridays. So many of you tune in, and we really appreciate it. But I have a backlog of the stuff I need to watch, and I'm finding that if I just put on the audio when I'm doing stuff and listen to these interviews that Jeff does, it's way better than, watching the news or mostly turning on the TV. And it keeps me more uplifted and interested in these kind of hard sort of, down times. Even if we're all in a good mood, everything's still a downer.
Hey, I want to say, Nina Malbay. She has been tuning in. I don't know if she tuned in the night when I told you the story, how we knew each other.
I think she did.
Was she tuning in that night? She wanted to rent the house that we had in West Seattle.
Oh,
bed and breakfast place.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So maybe Louis Fasman.
Louis Fasman, yeah. So for those of you who don't know Louis has had a pretty storied career. One of the best lead trumpet players in the country, in the world, and played with Maynard and a lot of people, and a great guy, and was sort of one of our best friends,
right?
One of my best friends,
yeah.
And
I'd like to try to get George Shelby back on and have you and
yes, I would like to talk to George.
That would be fun, and maybe Harry Kim.
And maybe we should. So maybe we need to go to 2 nights a week.
2 nights a week.
Yeah,
this takes up a lot of time.
Well, we had talked for so damn long. It's supposed to be an hour show.
Last week was like 3.5 hours.
Well, no, the actual show was 2, and then you left me and John talking for another hour and a half.
That was crazy.
That was a lot. That was nice. I liked it. Hey, for me, I don't know who's listening, but for me, it's like I wish we could all just talk together. I mean, I see 42 people hanging out, and it'd be nice if we could do a thing where we could all talk together. I mean, it for me, this has become a real great. I know this has been a big thing for you, keeping you focused, and like I said, maybe it's a new career for you. And
here's the interesting thing is I was really nervous talking to Ralph, right? Because Ralph
Humphreys, by the way, folks, Ralph Humphreys.
Yeah. Because of his career, and there's people.
He's a musical giant,
right? So Wayne Bergeron and George and you and some guys that I've known forever, I don't have that with, but when it's somebody like Ralph who I don't really know, I'm sitting there and am I going to ask the right questions? But I guess I make it comfortable enough for people to, and I ask questions that are kind of regular questions, and most of the time I don't act too dumb, because sometimes I
just had a great idea, and he'll probably say no, but how would you all feel if David Sanborn would come on, talk to us for an hour?
That would be really cool.
You all like to hear. I mean, David Sanborn, besides being iconic alto saxophone player with a huge body of work, one of my heroes, and is somebody I actually know and toured with, and we have a rapport, and I think he would consider me a friend. And we don't need each other super well, but we hung out. But I mean, he would come on for at least 45 minutes.
Yeah, that would be cool like that. And there's an outside chance I was telling you before that maybe Randy Brecker or somebody like that.
Randy would actually, I know Randy too. I think Randy would come on before. I would see Randy doing it before David Sanborn.
Yeah.
And I think I have Randy's number.
Yeah.
I think I have Randy Becker's number. And as most of you know, and all of the sax players are, Michael Brecker. We love Michael Brecker. And what a guy too, having met him a few times. I mean, and Sanborn too. It's nicest people. I also know Will Lee.
Will Lee would be cool.
I could see Willie coming on.
I got
some New York people and Chad LB and Chad Lefkowitz Brown. I think Chad might come on. I don't know him very well, but I think he's the kind of guy that would do this. I mean, we're all sitting around not playing. So
I sent an email to Brian Bromberg. So
I'd love that.
I would love to have Brian Bromberg on. So that, and maybe maybe I could try to get Jimmy Haslip on.
Okay, yeah,
that might be kind of cool. I mean, there's
actually I know Bob Mintzer pretty well.
Oh, John says he's got to go. John has to leave us.
John Morley.
Yeah.
Hey, John, thanks for hanging this long, John. I appreciate it.
All right,
so John last week.
So
love you, John. I love you, man.
So
that's right. Thank you, Raul. I was thinking about this today, and Raul just Paul Peterson, and he already told me he'd come on.
Yeah. So Paul Peterson would be great.
So if y'all don't know who Paul Peterson is, you should know who Paul Peterson is. So the Peterson family, Paul Peterson plays mainly bass, and he sings and he writes and he produces, and he, the Petersons, Ricky Peterson and Paul Peterson and Jason Peterson DeLar, who's their nephew, grew up with Prince. They all played with Prince when Prince was like 18, 19, before Paisley Park existed. And they're part of the rich musical tradition of Minneapolis, which is an amazing musical city.
Right. And Tom Peterson, one of the brothers,
cousin or uncle.
Okay. He was on the Tonight Show for a bunch of years.
Mm-hmm.
Played Barry, I believe. I used him as a tenor Barry player on a couple of gigs.
Great player.
Man, yeah.
The Petersons are like, I don't know what's going on and what they're eating, but they all can play. Well, and Patty Peterson and the mom, and what's the other sister's name? They're all, can you imagine having like 4 kids and they're all badass musicians? I mean, all of them.
Right. Well, there's another family.
All of them.
There's another family in Minneapolis called the Johnsons.
Jerry just texted. Jerry goes, the Petersons. Yes, sorry, I lost the darn Wi-Fi here. Well, he lost his Wi-Fi.
Oh,
hey, Jerry, you can always set up a hotspot on your iPhone and piggyback that to your iPad. Set up a hotspot, and I had to do that a couple of weeks ago. My internet was not doing it, so I set up a hotspot and I went cellular for doing this. So yeah, I mean, if Jerry wants to come back, because me and Jeff, we talk. How long have we been on? What time is it?
We're coming up on 2 hours, so I'm actually.
So 2 hours, okay. We still got a bunch of people hanging. Yeah, Kathy Correct's still hanging. Nina's still hanging. I think Raul's still hanging. Deborah's still hanging. Jim Contreras, thank you, if you're still here.
Jim,
but we're going to have some good people on in the next few weeks. We might have to go to 2 times a week.
I couldn't do 2 times a week.
With me?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I have. Well, here's the thing, is I've been
You do 10 shows Monday through Friday.
trying to cut back, right?
Okay, it might be good.
Yeah, I mean,
Quality over quantity.
yeah. So, right now, like yesterday I did 2, and Wednesday I did 2, and then if I stretch this to 2, I'm almost getting it's kind of it's overwhelming me. In all honesty,
I get what and it was good in the beginning, and maybe you need to cut back now. I think that's a good idea.
I mean,
It'll make our show more special.
Well, the Friday night hang thing is good because it's like we hang out and we can just go, and it's Friday night.
Yeah.
So,
does that matter to people who are not working?
Yeah, I know.
But it still feels the same. There's something about Friday night, right? That is it's just part of our culture.
Yeah.
In the world's culture.
Yeah.
The Western world's culture, I should at least say.
Yeah.
Friday night's the end of the work week. It's like, yeah, it's true. I still feel it.
Right.
I still feel it.
And so it has a kind of a special kind of hang, and everybody wants to check it out.
Okay. Hey, can you play
which one?
Can you play Salvation by Fat City Horns? Let's see. Do you see Salvation?
I'm looking. Hold on. I have several playlists.
Hey Phil, what album is that on? I just know the two. I just know the 2 Santa Fe albums. When the Lights Come Up, and then there's the first one that's from 2002.
Here it comes.
You found it. Here we go. I want to hear it.
Oh, Jeff Lewis is going to be on Monday night. You know Jeff Lewis?
Yeah, he is good.
Midnight in my neighborhood, can't sleep the pain away. My girl left me struck out 3 times, just hasn't been my day.
Sounds like Jerry.
Go to see a family friend, always there for me. John will lend a helping hand and make me clearly see. Error of my ways, the number of my days, promise of salvation. And the angels wait, can't do anything. When this dream is over and the day begins, you know I'll remember who sister in a sin. And if there's a heaven with a judgment day, yeah, realize the truth, but you don't matter what you say.
Oh, I'm going to pull it down a little bit.
No, you gotta wait. No.
Ooh, friends out there to greet me. Guess I'm not the only one. 1,000 boys, 1,000 dreams, just one hired gun.
Gotta wait for the sax solo.
Oh, there's a sax solo on this? Oh, okay.
Leaves them off for a while.
I want to hear it.
With one touch, it changes them and comes out with a smile. This ain't what it seems. I'll just have sweet dreams. I pray for your salvation. But just remember not stop till everyone. When this thing is over, and the day begins. No, I remember the sins I really sinned. And they sent to heaven today. Realize the truth, but you do not what you say. Phil Wigfall.
Okay, now you can stop it. God damn it, Phil. Jesus, that you're just killing me, dude. I mean, it's not just about Phil's lines, but that tone. That tone. I mean, your tone, man, it's so fat. And you play that old, what is that? That old con? I mean, he plays, and old cons have this really fat sound, Jeff. But I haven't played a con alto. I played a lot of con tenors, but I'm thinking that they have the con tenors I played have some intonation problems, but they have a great sound. But Phil plays that thing in tune, man. I have a question for Phil if you're out there. Did you have to struggle with the pitch playing that old? And is it an old con? Because I think it's a con. Let me see, dude. I'm waiting for a reply. Kill the music.
I'm just bringing it down and playing some stuff underneath it.
Yeah,
underneath it. So
we still have 32 people. I see.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say about doing extra nights. So I would like to keep it on Fridays, but if somebody like Randy Brecker or David Sanborn or somebody like that would come up and say, "Hey, I'd like to do it, but I can't do it on Friday night," then sure, we could do a Saturday or another night or something. But the Friday night hang thing has got a unique place amongst it where we could hang out, and lots of people. I'm really always surprised how many people just hang with us the whole time.
Phil says I struggle more with the ergonomics. You mean so I'm thinking ergonomics is like the one thing I know about playing cons is they don't sit like a Selmer in your hands or a Yamaha. They're a little. When I play cons, my fingers always felt a little. Takes a while. My fingers. Is that what you meant, Phil? But I mean, the tone is just Phil Wigfall's a badass.
Man,
and I'm just saying it. He's like maybe the best soloist in the whole band. But I'm just speaking for my personal preference, and I'm a saxophone player. And I like Rob's solos too. I like Eric's solos too.
Drum solo? Where's the solos?
But Phil, Phil twists me up though. When I listen to Phil play, he'll play some stuff, and I go, "What the fuck?" Phil does that to me.
Oh,
I mean, the other guys do that to me, but Phil just does it to me more.
Well, we did talk about maybe trying to have Norbert Stachel on.
Norbert Stachel. Wow, yeah. We both know Norbert's a dear friend and a very interesting cat, and has played with everybody. And, He's played with so many cats, you know.
Yeah.
He played in Tower Power, I heard.
He what?
I think he played in Tower Power.
He did.
He did. I think he's actually on one of the CDs too.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I hate to say it, but I've not had a trombone player on.
Yeah. That's right. Phil says cons have inline tone holes. That's right. They're inline. Right. So you don't have the offset third finger. Yeah. Hey, Phil, can I play your horn with my mouthpiece sometime? Yeah. And also, and the Yamos have an offset left hand. Are you seeing these? Phil's commenting. Phil's here.
I'm not seeing it. It must be on yours.
Can you send Phil shoot, man. I'm gonna have to get your phone number and email Phil because I don't have it yet. But I'll get it from Rob or Jerry.
Yeah. He must be commenting on your watch party.
No, he is. Yeah, see, that's why you're supposed to put my watch party up on one of your 6 or 7 devices.
Yeah, if you see how
Jeff has many devices.
Man,
he's very divisive.
This is running the sound.
Okay.
This is my watch party.
Okay, so you can see it.
This is what's playing the music of Santa Fe and the City Horns. This is also playing music if I need to pull up something else.
There's another Phil solo. Wait, rewind. I'm just hearing another alto sax solo.
Oh, this is Pack It Up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, okay.
and then this is.
And by the way, Rob Bader, you're a badass too. You MF. Rob Mader just sent me a text.
And what did he say? Did he say you guys have been talking to
I think he said Phil Wigfall's a badass. he said oh no, he just sent me his phone number. Thank you, Rob. I have his number now. Damn, okay, very cool.
Well,
all right, Phil. You're on my radar.
Brother Tom.
Rob, did you get back from Utah? How was that trip with your family? I called Rob Mader, and he picked up, and he was in some canyon and some park in Utah, and he goes, I can't believe I have cell phone coverage.
You know, sometimes you can get way out in Hicksville, get better reception than you can across town.
Hey Rob, what's a good tune that you have a solo on? I think I know too. You're killing it on what was that tune? I have to look at my other phone. Play a Rob Mader solo. Well, Phil or Rob? Rob has a couple really killing solos. I'm waiting. I'm watching. I'm waiting for somebody to say something. Come on, y'all. Oh, shoot, we're down to 29 people. So how do you see, when you tell me like how many different people tuned in, where do you see that?
I see that after I close the show.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just curious. I think we had a lot tonight.
Yeah, it should be good.
It should be good.
Like 1,200 last week.
1,200 different people tuned in.
Yeah,
that's great.
1,200.
Why can't all 1,200 tune in for the whole time?
Because who knows?
Because we're not that interesting, really.
Well, it's interesting. People will tune in and watch for a few minutes, then they'll go. I mean, we're on a long time for 2 hours.
Yeah, I know.
People go watch. So, and I'm kind of like hungry, and I want to go eat. And so people go eat.
Is it donut night for you and Mackenzie? Is Mackenzie home?
No, she went to her mom's tonight. She's coming back tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like having Mackenzie on the show for a minute.
Yeah, no, she's really shy.
I know she's really shy, but I also know from knowing you that a little bit about her personality, because I don't think she's shy with you.
She is not. Once she gets to know you, she's pretty.
She's got a big. She seems like she has a reasonably big personality.
She does. She gives me a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know. She seems like she has a different. And I love seeing that with young people than they're shy with people they don't know, but you can see that they have a totally big personality.
Yeah.
And I was actually, y'all know me. I'm not shy now, but I used to be. I used to be shy in my 20s. Like you knew me in the circus. I was kind of shy.
No, you weren't. You were
Well,
that.
not around the band guys, but
Oh.
with other people I was shy.
Oh.
With girls I was shy. Yeah. I
There were-
was shy. I mean, yeah. I was.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was in my 29 or 30, and I just got to this thing. It's like, I'm sick of being shy. People either going to like me or they're not going to like me. I just got to be myself. and that's Eric T-Wall. Let me see. I got a bunch of people still hanging. Bro, this time, put on, Jeff, put on Santa Fe tune either This Time or Take Me Home. Or Into the Light. Phil Woodfall says Into the Light.
No, I had that one up earlier.
So This Time, Take Me Home, Into the Light. Because I want to hear it. Hey, Linda Turk, how you doing? Were you here last week when we had John Worley? John Worley used to teach her daughter trumpet lessons.
This is Into the Light.
Into the Light.
Turning back the hands of time.
Oh, yeah.
Now looking from afar.
Yeah, I remember this tune.
A scene played on a stage. Our youth, so precious, didn't we know? The choices that we made, foundation that we laid. Now that the story is told and chapters still unfold, we find that what we sought outside is always in us. Into the light, we finally find our way. The promise of a day with love for one another.
Hey guys, who's singing?
Growing wiser all the time, overcoming fear, embracing the light.
Is that Tyreek?
Truth was always waiting there, but deaf and just don't hear. The blind will lead the blind. Finding the truth in your soul, it's always there to know. The poison lets us know our lives are tied together. Into the light, we're sought to brand new heights. We'll take the gift of life to share with all our brothers. Disillusioned people living a lie, waking up one day and getting their lives. Wipe the slate now, and you can write a new chapter of dreams not yet told. As you search for the truth, it's always let you know. The poison lets us know our lives are tied together. Into the light, we're sought to brand new heights. We'll take the gift of life to share with all our brothers. You do 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 do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, shit.
Now that the story's told and chapter still unfolds. We find that what we sought outside solitude us into the light. We find our way. The promise of a day is love for one another. Story is told. Yeah, into the light.
Wow.
Where's the Rob Bader solo? That was a great song, though.
Yeah, that was a great.
I was waiting for the Rob Bader tenor sax solo.
That was.
But and those horn licks going out at the end. I was wondering, is that Nathan Tannoy, the trombone player, does so many of the arrangements. Not all of them, but
yeah,
he's a great arranger.
That's a tune.
Raul says, how do six guys sound so big? I said six is actually. Phil says, I must be smoking crack. I thought Rob had a solo on Into the Light. I was mistaken.
By the way, another yours said something about thank you for introducing me to her from you. Like she was your friend.
And who's this now?
Kathy Huffman.
Kathy Kirk Hoffman, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I know Kathy for a long time.
Yeah.
Let me see what Jeannie Waters says tomorrow night donuts. She will need her dad time.
Yes.
Actually, a dad will need her daughter time.
I do. I really need I miss Mackenzie so much.
How long has she been gone, by the way?
Oh, she was just here last night. Or yeah.
She's there a lot, right? Like 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
And Rob Bader said, honestly, when Phil said I had a solo, I believed him. That is some funny shit. And I know those two guys. I mean, they've been playing in the same band forever, so they're got to be like brothers.
Give each other shit the way Fred and I and you give each other shit.
That band, I don't know. I've hung out with them a few times. They seem like they all get along great.
Yeah.
Like we get along great in Tyler.
Yeah.
And as I think, when I hear about bands and guys not getting along, and I've never had these problems myself except a couple times, and they were small. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I think we've all had the story of somebody going a little south on us, who was in the band, and it was a long time ago, but, it's just like, I don't get it,
Yeah.
We're playing music together and kicking ass, and I don't know. Makes you, yes.
All right. Well, my iPad just went out for a minute, so hold on.
Okay.
I think we went black.
Well, maybe we should, go to bed.
Yeah, we're approaching 2.5 hours. Yeah. The iPad just went and everything's dark, but it came back.
So Rob Mader and Phil, you guys are definitely in the lineup here. I'm going to be bugging you guys to come on the show. Actually, maybe we could have, Rob. Maybe we should have try to have like we did a couple times. We had 2 guests.
Well, yeah. Well, we'd have to do one after the other.
Yeah, in case you're going to do 4.
Yeah. On this particular service.
But Rob, I'd like to hear. I know some of Rob's story. I don't know any of Phil's story yet, which I'd like to know. I'd really like to know Phil's story, his musical story, and if he's where he came from, or just if he's a Las Vegas native, and
Yeah, and we could do like we did.
And nobody knows either of those guys' stories.
Yeah. So we could do like we did with Brandon and
Adolfo.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's play another song. Let's play something else and let's close the show.
Well, hold on. Let me see.
And
Esta Noche off the first CD. Esta Noche.
Okay.
Let's sign off with Esta Noche. And Rob, if you don't have a solo on this one, I don't know what to tell you. But Rob's a great soloist, man. He says this time or take me home.
I'm looking at, there's Esta Noche.
Okay.
Esta Noche, or there's this time. And
I'm not, I've heard these tunes, but I'm not sure what's what. So a random draw.
This time?
You control the horizontal and the vertical.
Okay, so we'll listen about halfway and then we'll
listen to the tenor solo.
Oh, is there a tenor solo?
Yeah, okay, stop it. Don't go there. I already saw where you're going with the tenor solo thing.
Come on, man. All right, so I will not do anything until after the tenor solo.
Please.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
You and I had love, we let it slip away. Winds of change blew us apart, the fire dipped inside. Time went by, somehow you and I found each other again. And just like back then, I'm lost in your eyes. Maybe this time we'll find lasting love. Maybe this time we'll get it right. This time, oh, here we are, starting over again. So much emotion rushing through me, I can't hold back. Oh, it feels so good, it feels so good. The world is fading away, don't have to fret, future babe, let's just enjoy today. Maybe this time we'll find lasting love. Maybe this time we'll get it right. This time, oh, this time,
Okay, Rob, that was fucking. I'm gonna say this, folks. That was fucking killing it, dude. That was fucking. Jesus, that was killing. Wow,
That was
great solo, man.
that was great.
Holy shit.
All right. Well, that was worth listening to.
Yeah, that solo was.
Listening to.
Say, you see, tenor sax solos can be good if they're not me.
No,
Yeah, there are guys who can actually play the instrument well, and Brandon's one of them. Brandon just came on. Brandon just came on. Well, it's on my feed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's on my feed. So,
Say hey to Brandon.
yeah.
All right. Well,
love you too, Brandon. Thanks for being on the show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I hope you did some sessions this week. You got a little bit of work, and because these are all guys that need to be heard playing, man.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That need to play and need to be heard.
Yeah, it was fun talking to Brandon and listening to his stuff, and and tonight Brandon's been one of my heroes since the 70s. Yeah. Late 70s. First recording. I bought one of those assholes that has got a fucking huge tone on every instrument he plays. Fucking assholes. Fucking dicks. All right. It's not their fault. They can't help it. No, they can't help it.
They can't help it.
Dang it. They just can't help it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so we're closing in on our 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I think that's a good time to close it out.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week, and we'll put it up. Who's coming? We're gonna. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna talk and figure it out after we hang up.
We'll figure out how to get people. I mean,
all right, man.
People on guests. We got people watching. We got to get more guests.
Good 2.5 hour hang.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to it.
All right. So, good night, everybody. Friday night hang with Tom Politzer. Woo!
We love you. We love you. How do I do that?